Thousand arms of compassion, thousand wings so bright, thousand blessings for our children, thousand ways of light.
So this song, Thousand Ways of Light, is really the overriding theme of this whole year. Thousand Ways of Light being the theme or the image of Kuan Yin, Tara, who is the being who has thousand arms of compassion, thousand wings of light, thousand blessings for our children, thousand ways of light. So I just thought that perhaps I would speak a little bit about what we're planning for this coming year. There are really four components of the journey. The essential principle of the work is the witness consciousness and how to really listen to oneself and another without judging. And the more one practices this witnessing, this self-observing process, the stronger the presence of this field will get. And so in other words, what will happen is, as the year progresses, is that we'll move from being a kind of more traditional performative way of working to a much more still, unified presence. And obviously we've been practicing that, many of us, for quite a long time, but to actually start really practicing that in public is really what we want to do here in this training. So that is really the bottom line, is how to be able to practice the witness consciousness absolutely all and anywhere one is. So that when you get to a place, as we will towards the end of this year, where we are presenting ourselves in a larger field, in a public field, as in there'll be a concert in November at St. Anne's, for example, and then we're slowly going to build over the next year and then the next 2 years towards a festival of sound. And the aim of that is really to explore how sharing sound in this way can absolutely change the resonance of the city. So that's the bottom line, that's the first component of this work. This whole thing is just a journey of love, basically. It just is one huge journey of love. And how sound, our shared sound, can communicate that love out into the world. And then the next component of the work is really building a musicianship of love. So building a versatility and a dexterity around the musical skills itself, in terms of the singing itself, the tools for singing, and how to harmonize and how to improvise with confidence, you know, and how to really build, not only build your self-esteem, but your deep joy. Your deep joy in your own your unique voice, building that unique sound. With doing loads of just practicing scales, you know, all kinds of scales, but starting quite sort of slowly, and you'll be amazed by how easy this process is, of moving from quite simple, just ascending, descending scales to more and more complicated, more kind of juicy constellations of notes. So we'll be exploring those with you, and how singing can really generate a conscious leadership, how one leads oneself through one's life. And that's really what true leadership is, sharing your joy with others. And then the next component of this training will be this journey together, is really starting to unearth the magic tunes of this culture. What those magic tunes are. They may be ancient tunes that already exist, that we want to bring into the repertoire of our field again, and maybe to reinvent them. third component is really deeming the indigenous wisdom of the culture. And then the fourth component is totally new territory, but based on what we will be learning from the first three: the principles of the work, the versatility with the musicianship, the indigenous wisdom of the melodies of this land. We'll then move into a time each weekend when there'll be this experience of sound atmospheres. We will just start to build as the year goes on. We'll start to really listen to each other and how in groups, small groups, larger groups, as a whole group, we can start creating and constellating atmospheres of sound that start to unearth a new sound for our time. There is a new sound coming that is not identified with history, that is identified with compassion, with the capacity to cooperate with each other and with the planet. And the sound can really assist us in this process. So that is going to really throw us back into the whole self-inquiry process of this work. Who am I? And who is singing anyway? You know, that's really the bottom line. Who am I? And who is singing?